in general, what was your application process like? Good, bad, like how long did it take you, and how many schools did you apply to?
Yeah. So I think it's stressful. I think it is important to acknowledge that it is
it's not super fun.
It's not the most fun time, but I do think in retrospect, and I did not at all feel this way when I was going through it, but in retrospect, I feel like it was one of the most introspective times of my life because I was forced to sit down and say, okay, what's important to me? What makes me me? What are my big accomplishments? Where are my biggest areas of improvement? It was a forcing function for me to actually think about those things. And I hadn't really done that in kind of a comprehensive way in the past. And so I think it wasn't fun to do, but I think it was actually a very important time for me to be able to do all of that. I applied to 2 schools. I applied to Harvard and Stanford. And I think a lot of that the reason behind only applying to 2 schools is because I actually was very happy in my job. And it wasn't a push from my job wanting to do something different. It was very much a pull wanting me to, and I think there were parts about those 2 programs that were very appealing to me. My process, it was kind of all over the place, to be honest.
Yeah.
Like, I don't really feel like I had like, okay, I did this and then I did this and then I did this. I think some of the big important takeaways that I think were the most helpful for me is before writing my essay or like the big kind of bones of the essay, I had conversations with people who knew me really well. It's a process. Yeah. It's an iteration. Don't get tied to any one thing that you write down. It will change. I think
how long did it take you from like start to end? And you can also be like standardized testing was like this long and not long.
Yeah. So I had an idea that business school might be something I was interested in when I was in college. And I got advice from people who did go to business school to say, hey, take the GMAT now. When you're still in school, you're still in a studying mindset. And so I actually took the GMAT the summer before my senior year.
Oh, wow.
So I had that was like very separate from my like actual application process.
Yeah.
Because I already had a score.
Got it out of
just
the way.
as kind of like a safety net of I have the time to do this right now. It's the summer before I go into senior year. I took a class. I took it at the end of the summer. I was still in studying mode, so it kind of felt more natural.
Yeah.
Start to finish, I think it took 4 months for me to do the whole written portion of the application. But I think it's important to note that was kind of the middle of 2020 that I wrote the application, and nothing else was going on at the time.